Hi kids, this is Miss Levy live from the classroom. I am going to be doing a video about the fifths that we worked on today, and I'm going to show you how we did that. So, in order to make fifths easily, what I do is I fold my paper into thirds. And when I fold it into thirds, I look at the paper and I see, does the top, the middle, and the bottom line up. When I do, I squish it down. Then I fold it in half again. Then I take my scissors and I cut 1/6 off. And the reason I do this is because it's really hard to fold a paper into 5 equal pieces. And for our purposes, we need 5 equal pieces to talk about fifths. So now I have fifths. And you can see this is 1/5, 2/5, 3/5, 4/5, 5/5. Now I'm going to make my number line. One-fifth, 2/5, 3/5, 4/5, and 5/5. Now we know 5/5 is equal to 1 because whenever the numerator and the denominator are the same, it is 1. And 1/5 is equal to 20 cents, so $0.20. You could also write that as 2/10, just like that. And if 1 is 20, then 2 would be 40, or 4/10. And 3 would be 20 more, which would be 60 cents, or 6/10. And then we would have 80 cents, or 8/10. And then, of course, $1. From here, I'm going to fold this in half. By lining up the edges, fold it in half. And I'm now going to mark that 1/2. Which we know is 50 cents, or 5/10. Now, I'm going to start coloring coding it. So my fifths, I'm going to do with a pink dot. And my half, I'm going to do with an orange dot. Now I'm going to fold it in half, which I realize now in the video doesn't really show up as a different color, but best I can do. Now I'm going to fold that in half. Again, I make a real tight crease on there so that I know where my lines are. And here's the first line. So that is 1/4. Because I folded it in half, and then I folded it in half again. And half of 2, if I cut 2 pieces in half, it would be fourths. And we know 1/4 is 25 cents. That we know pretty well. And 2/4 is equal to 1/2. And 3/4 is equal to $0.75. Okay. And I'll mark those quarters in green. Okay. And now I have to add thirds. Now I could do the thing where I fold again and make thirds, where I fold my top and my bottom like this, and my new creases would be my thirds. So this crease right here would be 1/3, and this crease would be 2/3, and of course 3/3 would be the same as 1. So this is 1/3, and this is 2/3. Or we could do what we did in class today, which is we just looked at the number line and we said 1/3 is 33 cents, and that comes somewhere between 25 cents and 40 cents. And 2/3, if 1/3 is 33, 2/3 would be 33 and 33, which would be 66 cents. That's 2/3. And of course, 4/4 and 3/3 are all the same as 1. Then later, on in our lesson today. We talked about comparing fractions. We talked about using a number line to compare fractions. Get my number line a little bit more visible. Unfortunately, we're not going to be able to see all of it at once, but we'll see a lot of it. So I'm going to look at my first fraction. I'm going to say 1/4 versus 2/5. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is put one finger on 1/4. There it is, right there. And then I'm going to find 2/5 right here. Which one is closer to 1? Well, the 2/5 is further along. It's closer to 1. Also, if you look up here, 1/4 is 25 cents, and 2/5 is worth 40 cents. So 2/5 is greater. Okay, I'll do another one. Let's see. Let me do 2/3 and 3/4. So here again, I'm going to put my finger on 2/3, and I'm going to put my finger on 3/4. And I can easily see that 3/4 is closer to 1, so 3/4 is bigger. But I can also see that 2/3 is 66 cents, and 3/4 is 75 cents. And that's how you do your homework, and that's how you compare fractions on a number line. If I have a fraction that's closer to 0 over here, it's less. If I have a fraction that's closer to 1, it's more. Okay? I have the two fractions. All right, I hope this helps you do your homework. Good night.